Islam has achieved his dream as a two-weight world champion by absolutely dominating JDM. We all thought this was going to be a hard fight for Islam, and Jack's demeanor before the fight started was only proving to me that he was going to bring it. And I'm sure he was. But Islam once again proved he is levels above these guys. He broke JDM as every round went on, and you saw it on his face. And I don't know if he had an injury during the fight, because there were times when Islam was on top and you would see a look on JDM's face and it would look like he was in pain. Maybe something having to do with his ribs. I don't know. But Jack had no answer to the wrestling. He defended submissions really well, but he wasn't able to get up. Every round went pretty similar, where Islam would strike a bit until Jack would let his guard down, and that's when Islam went for the single leg in the first and a double leg every other round. And every round, it looked easier and easier. He also cooked JDM's leg with the calf kicks. But Islam used the usual wrestler game plan. Make them fear the takedown, which will open up their face for strikes, and when they start striking back, take them down. It was a thing of beauty, dude. My initial reason for picking Islam over JDM ended up being true, which I'm happy about, because he saved me from getting the whole main card wrongs in my predictions. I was cooking on the prelims, but once the main card started, I left some of the seasoning out. But Islam, not having to cut the weight to get to 155, showed that Islam not only has a stronger chin, but his cardio improved as well. This dude has been a welterweight all along. Dude was huge in the cage. A lot of people felt that Islam was going to be too small for Jack, but it was the opposite. He looked almost the same size as Jack, and he never gassed out. Welterweight Islam might be even greater than lightweight Islam. And you know what I loved? That Islam didn't go the usual double champ route by making big name callouts. He's keeping the lightweight mentality of fighting anyone that wants the belt. And that's what I wanted to see out of him, unlike Ilya. And speaking of Ilya, this guy called Islam the most boring fighter. Bro, we know you're just trying to get the fight. I'm not gonna lie, Ilya Topuria is not the best trash talker, man. Straight up. It just seems so forced. Like he's not a natural with it. Ilya would have had a better chance at beating Islam in lightweight. Now, in welterweight, I just think he's gonna be too small for the weight class. And I believe that he might even get steamrolled, man. It really makes me wonder, what if Khabib went up to welterweight when he was flirting with the idea, because he is so big for lightweight? Imagine both Khabib and Islam achieved double champ status. It would have been stuff of legend. But even now, it's still considered legendary. Both Islam and Khabib became dominant lightweight champions, both #1 pound for pound in their respective eras. But only Islam achieved 2 belts in different weight classes. Abdulmanap would have been so proud. And as for who should fight Islam next, he said anyone and everyone that wants the belt can get it, and he wants his next title defense at the White House, which I believe they might do it, especially now that his stock is bigger than ever before. But hear me out. I believe he should fight Ian Gary if he beats Bilal, or Kamaru Usman. Now, I know that's not ideal, but it'll make sense later on in the video, trust me. As for JDM, he should fight Shavkat next. Considering he's been out for a long time, he has to fight one more time if he wants that title fight. Because now, more than ever, there's a lot more title contenders in the division, so he can't just expect to just jump over everyone and get the next shot. This dude's gotta earn it now. But congrats to Islam, man. There is one thing I want to address though. I know some people were calling this fight boring, but let's be absolutely real about this. At least Islam was trying to finish the fight every time it went to the ground. He was throwing every submission he possibly could, and credit to JDM for defending everything. But to throw hate towards Islam and not Valentina is fucking absurd. Valentina Shevchenko would take Weili down and just hit her with her shoulder. How does Shevchenko get praise for that performance? Was it dominant? Yes, but at least try to finish her on the fucking ground. Ever since she lost to Alexa Grasso, she's been having a wrestling-heavy approach to her fights, which kills the momentum of the fight card. The way she killed the momentum of this fight card was the exact same way she killed the momentum of the Sphere card. Fucking terrible, dude. This makes me not want to see another Shevchenko fight, straight up. But let's not just put the entire blame on her. Weili also has a part of the blame for not being able to get up from the takedowns. And on top of that, I truly wonder, did she try to gain any size for this fight? Because she looked the exact same way she does at strawweight. She should have taken Islam's route, gain weight for the new weight class, so she can have somewhat of an advantage. But she looked tiny compared to Shevchenko, man. It really looked like Shevchenko versus Andrade all over again, but at least Shevchenko went for the finish in that fight. It just disappointed me so much considering I literally said in my last video that it was a WMMA fight that I was excited for, and it's been a long time since I've been excited for one. As far as who I think she should fight next, I'm sure Weili is going to fight Mackenzie Dern next and probably win the belt back. But as far as Shevchenko, I don't really care, man. I'm just going to be honest. I don't really care. If it's going to be another lay and pray fest, I don't care to watch. Like, I'm tired of Shevchenko being on these co-main events and just slowing down the momentum. Like, there was a clear shift in energy. But moving on to the featured fight of the card, Sean Brady gets TKO'd in the first round by Michael Morales. How unlucky, bro. This dude was arguably next in line for the title, bro. I felt so bad for the dude, considering all he had to do was wait. But I believe with the amount of contenders rising in the division, he probably felt the pressure to take a fight to keep his name in the loop. Dude, how unfortunate. I literally said he had a dangerous style for both Islam and JDM. Now I believe JDM would have pieced him up because I don't think Brady can take a shot like Islam can. And I don't think he wouldn't do anything to Islam in the striking or the wrestling. Now I do gotta mention, why in the blue fuck was he trying to strike with Morales? You're a wrestler, dude. Your striking gets better with the takedown threats. There were a couple times when Morales overextended or pulled back where Brady could have shot for the takedown, but refused. Why? I don't know if he saw the MMA community saying that his boxing improved, but that doesn't mean you got Crawford hands, brother. Your boxing works because of your wrestling. Now you gotta work your way back up. And that's not me hating, I'm just a disappointed fan. But congrats to Morales, man. He went in there, executed the finish as promised. I truly believed his wildness would get him into trouble, but that's what helped him out. He hurt Brady twice, and that was that. It was interesting to see how much Ecuador was behind him. He has a lot of eyes on him right now, which is good, but I don't think he beats Islam. I believe Morales should fight Prates in the #1 contender fight. I know a lot of people are choosing Prates or Morales for a title shot next, but considering Prates lost to Gary and Morales was ranked really low, it would make sense if they fight each other and see who really deserves it. In the meantime, Islam can fight Ian Gary if he wins against Bilal or Kamaru Usman if he loses. I only say this because Islam wants to fight at the White House, and it would make sense from a business perspective if his opponent has some name value, and unfortunately, Prates or Morales aren't there yet. But I do believe if they fight each other, and whoever were to win performs really well, then they will have the next title shot for sure. And speaking of Carlos Prates, dude KO'd Edwards into happiness, bro. He removed all of Leon's troubles and stress with that shot. He went out happy, and that's all we really wanted, for everyone to be happy with the results. You're happy, I'm happy type shit. It's so unfortunate because Leon was doing so well in the beginning, taking Prates down. I really thought Leon would win through split decision, but then the second round came, and he just started standing with him. And I don't know if it was the trash talk, but I don't know why the fuck he was standing in front of him. See, Carlos Prates ended up finding his range and literally swept him off his feet, bro. He pulled the rug right under him. I don't want to make too many jokes, but you gotta admit, it gave Johnny Walker KO vibes. Prates was definitely clip farming in this fight, especially with the one moment where he was unfazed by Leon's punches while he had his back. The only sound I heard in that moment was squeaking. Leon Edwards is now on a 3-fight skid, but at least it's not to lower ranked guys. For his next fight though, he's gotta fight someone lower ranked. Maybe Gilbert Burns or Jeff Neal would be good, but I don't know when we'll see Leon again. It's gonna be a while, man, because he already fights maybe like once a year, twice if we're lucky, or unlucky if depending on how he fights. So we're not gonna be seeing him for a while. And another person we won't see for a while is Beneil Dariush. Dude got slept in 16 seconds. I literally picked this dude, and he got knocked out by BSD, who I talk shit on, by the way, in just 16 seconds. Bro, another example why MMA math doesn't work. Dariush beats Moicano, and Moicano beats BSD, only for BSD to KO Dariush. You literally can't make this shit up. I believe it's finally time for Dariush to retire. He's been in the game for a long time, but Dariush has no chin at all. BSD doesn't knock people out with his hands, but was able to flatline Dariush quickly. Thank you for the words, Benny, but it's time to hang it up. As for BSD, he should fight Dan Hooker after he loses to Armin this Saturday. As for the prelims, Bo Nickel is back, brother. Send Vieira to the Shadow Realm. Although everyone hates on the guy, I still believed he was going to win. Bo Nickel flipping off the crowd was gold. A bunch of heel turns happening before the holidays. Bo Nickel, welcome to the dark side. You are now Darth Nickel. I really thought Bo Nickel was going to play it safe to a decision, but taking the risk and getting the knockout was great. Bo Nickel taking risks just makes him more exciting now. And then RoboCop wins by decision, which I didn't expect, if I'm being honest. I really thought he would KO Kopylov. It's crazy to see how Kopylov is on skid now, considering I had high hopes for him before. The dude is still young, so hopefully he can get the train going soon. But damn, what a waste. Then Erin Blanchfield was handed a victory after Tracy Cortez tried taking her down when she was doing well on the feet. Bro, what in the fuck? Not only did you make yourself look like a casual during fight week, but then you shoot a takedown on arguably one of the best grapplers in your division? Once the wrestling started, it was over. It was obvious that she wasn't near Blanchfield's level, and that's usually how it goes when she fights higher ranked opponents. We love Tracy Cortez, but it's for reasons like this why we knew she was going to lose. And someone we thought was going to lose for sure was Ethan Ewing. This dude proved everyone wrong, bro. On 2 days' notice, this dude passed his medicals, went to Madison Square Garden, made weight, and beat an undefeated prospect in Wellmaker in his UFC debut. His UFC debut. This dude came to fight, bro. I'm on the Ewing train now. How do you not respect a fighter like that? Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready type of mentality. Honestly, this couldn't have been a better debut for him. And I'm excited to see what his next fight is gonna be. And if this dude was good on 2 days' notice, imagine with a full camp. Crazy. Then we saw the death of GM3. Dawkins submits GM3 in the first round. I thought he would win by the striking, but not by submission. It really shows that GM3 should finally hang it up, man. Either hang it up or you're gonna get cut. One of the two. Each loss has been gradually worse than the last. And I think it's time, brother. Thank you for the fraud checks, but your time has come to an end. Then Chepe got wrestle-fucked by Sabatini. He did great with the wrestling, but striking needs a bit more work. Just a little bit. Before he fights ranked fighters. Credit to him though, Chepe is a dog. Stayed in the fight the whole time. It was a good one. Then Fatima Klein dominated Angela Hill. That head kick was scary, bro. And it still didn't knock her out. Crazy. The fact that she's 40 years old, still takes shots like that, and doesn't get knocked out. Crazy. Then Suzukai of KO's Makaneko in the third round. And Camilo defeats Slava Klaus by decision. Overall, the card was great. It didn't deliver as well as I thought it would. And I blame Shevchenko and Weili for that. But this card has shaken up the welterweight division so much, man. We have new names at the top now and all exciting. Regardless of this performance, I still believe Islam is a great, exciting name. And I can't wait to see what his next fight's going to be. Then you got Carlos Prates, Michael Morales. Welterweight at the moment is definitely one of the top 3 divisions in the UFC right now. I'm excited to see how the rankings will switch up tomorrow. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. I will be giving my predictions for the Qatar fight card this week, so stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram at TheBeaverX, and I'll see you in the next one.